Hey, JC here for Retired Cheap JC. You know, I travel a lot, all over the world, especially in Southeast Asia. And when you're traveling in Southeast Asia, it's not always easy dragging around luggage. You know, you're getting in buses, you're on roads that aren't paved, all these issues. Before I did a video about the best bag that I've ever owned. Well, they've updated it. Is it still the best bag? Let me talk about that and show you what I think. Okay, so great question. Let me address this when I talk about the Eagle Creek Switchback. I've had this bag for, I don't know, 20, 25 years or something. It's traveled with me everywhere I've gone around the world, and it's been the best luggage I've ever had. And the only repair I've ever made was we just recently did this in Vietnam. And first of all, if you don't know what an Eagle Creek Switchback is, let me explain it to you. This is really cool. It's a combination bag. And at the time, this could be carried on to the plane as well. Now I think the requirement is a little bit smaller than this for a carry-on bag. But when I bought it, this was carry-on size, not an issue. So the cool thing about this was, it was multi-purpose. One is it had a handle on the side or the handle on the top, so you could actually carry the bag whenever you needed to, carry it from a taxi into a hotel or whatever like that. Very cool. If you needed to, or you had the ability to in the airport or anything, you just pop this off and you could roll the bag. So it would roll around everywhere, and they had these great, they're like inline skate wheels on this thing, and they've never failed, they've never fallen off, nothing ever happened to it. That was the other option. The third option, and now I had to use this a lot when I was in Cambodia, the Philippines, because getting even from a taxi to a hotel or from a bus station to a hotel, the roads were unpaved, there were potholes filled with water. So I used this as a backpack. And what this did is you'd unzip this, this would fold down, and it had this flap. And what the flap did was go across the wheels, and then has Velcro down here that would lock this down onto the Velcro. And so when you put this on your back, the wheels wouldn't hit your shirt or your clothing. And so it'd protect you from this. And then there were straps back here, and you could use this as a backpack. The only thing that's ever failed on this, and we just got it repaired in Vietnam, was when I went to hoist this on my back one time not long ago. One of these little clips that holds the, it's not even a clip, I forget what they call these, and it holds the straps, and you can adjust the straps. That broke, and so I couldn't put it on my back because this would just come apart. So that's the only repair I've ever made to this thing in 20 years. Excellent bag. And when I bought it, it was, I mean, it was the cat's meow. It had everything I wanted in a bag. And what I mean by that is, as you travel, it's like George Carlin, your stuff. You know, you go from big stuff to small stuff. And so it has a day pack that you can just zip off. And so you just unclip a couple clips. And the day pack, you can actually lock this onto your bag by putting a lock through this hoop and the zipper. So you can't unzip it. But once you unzip it, this comes off as a day pack, and you're good to go. You do that. This day pack has straps. You just click these on like this, pull them out of here, clip them, and now you got a day pack, and you can carry this on the airplane, whatever. And you still have your bag. Check this in. Another cool thing about this is all these pockets in this. So you got a front pocket where you can put earplugs and stuff like that for being on a plane or anything like that. Another one, this has little pockets for pens and keys. I mean, just everything. I mean, they really, really put a lot of thought into all this. Very cool. And these are actually little locks. You can't really see it, but there's a key that locks this that goes in here and turns, and then you can't unlock this. And so it's on this one, and it's actually on the front of this bag, same little lock. So you can actually lock this so it can't open. Now I just use this for extra baggage, bags and stuff that I put in. You can put rain gear or a cover for the thing in here, whatever, and actually lock this. So that was why I like this. So many little compartments in here. I could compartmentalize everything I travel with. Then once you opened the bag, the main compartment of the bag, there was all these compartments. So you could put laundry in here. It was mesh so it would dry or keep aired. There was three compartments, same way, meshed with zippers. So I could compartmentalize everything in these bags. Good to go. Best bag I've ever had. I loved it. Well, as this started to age and stuff, and I saw, well, they have a new one, I figured, well, they've upgraded this for sure, and I could just pass this down to Nat and use the newer one. Nice of me, huh? Hand me down to Nat. So I reached out to Eagle Creek to try and do a branding deal, and I never heard back from them. I said, well, you know, I got a YouTube channel. A lot of people see this thing. I'm happy they didn't reach out to me. Because when you do a branding deal, you don't want to talk sort of negative about a product. And if I was honest to tell you the difference between the old bag and the new bag, it wouldn't be favorable to Eagle Creek, even though they still make incredible products. And this is a great bag. It's sort of like I talk about Chiang Mai and the way it was when I moved to Chiang Mai, Thailand. And now compare that to the way it is now. And a lot of my members and everything, a lot of the members go to Chiang Mai and love it because they don't have a comparison or don't have the criteria to judge it by that I used to make that my home. And some of that criteria is not there anymore. Well, anyway, this bag, if you probably didn't know about the older bag, you'd probably still love this bag. And there's a lot of reasons why. Got all these little things so you can clip on to hang stuff off the bag. It's still got this same thing. You got handles. In fact, you got an extra handle here that you can pick this up with, which is really cool. You can roll it. You got the daypack that still unzips off of this. So you got all that. Now you're probably saying, well then JC, well what's the deal? Why is there anything negative? I'll tell you why. Eagle Creek, you know, unfortunately all businesses, it's a bottom line, how they make money. And Eagle Creek has a complete line of packing utensils or packing products. And I guess they want you to use those packing products. In fact, I actually have one of the older ones inside this bag. And this is, you actually fold your clothes up, put it on this thing, lock it down with Velcro, and they have a little thing you put in there that helps you fold all that. And you have all your shirts and stuff folded and kept neat because once you lock it down, they don't get wrinkled. Very cool. Now they have a complete line of stuff like this. I mean, bags and zippers and this and that. They must have 50 or 60 things to package all your stuff. And then once you have them all compartmentalized or packaged, then you stick them in the bag. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So the bag still zips off here, which is very cool. Great, another day pack. And as you see, got even a better backpack system, straps here where you can lock it around your waist, and you have things you can clip on. I don't even know what to do with all these little clips and stuff. Very cool. But what they've done to save money, and another thing that's really cool about this is when you got this as a day pack, they have this little sleeve here, so when you raise the handle, which is now actually not even exposed, you actually unzip this thing to get to the handle, which is cool as well. But you can actually slip this on here, right over on top of the sleeve, and then carry it through the airport or whatever like that. Very cool, right? Awesome. But if you notice, this is now the back of the bag. Okay? This is the back of the day pack. These straps also are used to carry the whole bag. So you have this here. This folds down again. This goes around your waist. And then these backpack straps that are now on the day pack clip and go onto this whole thing here. And there's a lot of stuff that this does. So you got to move this, and this comes out, and there's a lot of maneuvering. I forget. You remember what that's for? I forget. I think this goes like that, and you can adjust it for how high you want, and then the straps go on here. And okay. Probably some people really like this. To me, the whole thing of the bag that I liked before was the convenience. As soon as I got off a bus at an airport or something, I zipped off this bag, threw it over my shoulder, and I was good to go. Just take the bag. If I ever needed it as a backpack, I could leave this on here. I never had to take that off and just unzip this thing, throw it on my back. And I could carry it as a backpack. Now you got to take this off if these are on here and put them on here and configure it to pick it up and put it on your back, or vice versa. If these are still on the bag and you wanted to zip this off and use it as a backpack, you got to take those straps off and then configure them back onto here. It's just a pain in the butt, if you ask me. Next thing, if you go to open these compartments, now this one, that's as far as it unzips. So you have to, and this has compartments for pens and a little phone. I don't know what you use all these little compartments for, but you can put stuff in. Got a key fob and everything like that. But you don't have access to the whole, you got to reach down in here and stuff, and you have only two of these little Velcroed things and a couple pen holders. But you have to reach into the thing. Now, which is good in some respects. Again, I'll give them credit. Because if you can unzip it all the way, which I can with mine, I mean, really, the stuff could fall out if you weren't careful. But I'm not a big fan. My hands are really big. So getting in and trying to find stuff down in here, not a big fan of. The main compartment, again, look, main compartment zips down to here and then stops. So again, you got to reach down in it. The cool thing about this, now the upgrade, is they have a place for a tab or a place for a notebook, which are padded. And that's one of the reasons I actually bought this bag, because I said, this is great. I can carry my computer and stuff in this thing in one bag instead of carrying a separate bag for the notebook, which was really one of the main intentions. But there's no other compartments in this bag except these two little things. There are some on the side, but all they are, and I'm not sure what they're used for. They're too small for shoes. A water bottle sticks out, so I guess I don't know what you put in here, your passport or something like that. So I lost all these little compartments and to being able to compartmentalize everything in a bag, which is really, when you're traveling a lot of places, you have places for everything and easily accessible, which now they all sort of fall into place. But again, they sell these little things that you can put your stuff in, stick it in here, and then pull it out and use it. This key fob, I'm not sure about it because it hooks in here and always is falling off here. But okay, so let's go on to the main bag. So the main bag, when you open it up, what do you got in here? And you do have a little pocket on the front. It doesn't lock in any way. Doesn't even have the option of locking it because these are too small to put locks through and stuff. But you have a little pocket on the front. The main compartment of the bag. You open it up, and guess what? It's the main compartment of the bag. No pockets, no anything. They do have some lashes to lash down your clothes, but you got to use packing bags and everything. Pack everything up separately and then sort of fit it in here, and that's it. It's one compartment. So there you go. The old Eagle Creek Switchback compared to the new Eagle Creek Switchback. Eagle Creek still makes excellent products, but I think they went away from the functionality of the person using it and more towards maybe the functionality of a business model. I'm not sure. But anyway, I can say that the bag is still made really good. The wheels are maybe even better, inline skate wheels, and the way they're sort of covered up and protected. But I wish somebody one day would tell me what all the hooks and bells and whistles of all these products, outdoor products, are, because I've never been able to figure them out. But I am still a fan of Eagle Creek. I do think that they should go back to the original design, though, of this bag. I think it was more functional and easier to use as a whole. But there's your comparison to the old and the new Eagle Creek Switchback. Hope it's been helpful. Hope Eagle Creek doesn't get mad at me. But hey, that's the way I roll. I try and always tell you all the truth about everything. And y'all asked, so I told you. Remember, when it comes to buying and packing and moving and transporting your stuff around the world, there's always an option. See you, JC out. Hey, JC here. My goal is always to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be, which is probably a life in Thailand. And I know a lot of questions come up about all sorts of things regarding insurance and vehicles, transportation, housing, relationships, getting licenses, all that stuff. And I want to help you by answering as many questions as I can. And if I can't answer them, then I'll reach out to you personally. But I'm going to leave a link in the description to where you can click on that and be able to tell me what it is that you're interested in and what kind of information, and I'll be able to try and answer it, because I'm probably not going to be able to answer it within the YouTube comments anymore because of time constraints. It's just getting to be too much of a task to go through all the comments. So if you have a question, direct it to me. There'll be a link in the description, and I'll be back in touch with you to try and get as much relevant information to you as I can. Remember, when it comes to getting the information you need about retiring in Thailand, there's always an option. See you, JC out. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.